In a previous video, we looked at professional video monitors, LCD video monitors, including this one, LMD-9020, made by Sony. And this one did not work. It just had a corrupted picture. But I was about to throw all this away because I'm trying to reduce the amount of junk I got lying around, and I discovered something interesting. Let's see if we can repeat that. I took it all apart and then decided that I should give it a bit of a poke around while it was turned on, and I discovered that there's a bad connection. Let's get this hooked up. Can we just plug this in? So I discovered it worked after I sort of poking all over this board, squishing it and bending it, seeing if I could get any response in the corruption on the screen. No effect whatsoever poking that around. So I took, while it was running, I took the metal part off of the screen and got into the circuit board in here and started poking that around. And I found the corruption on the screen changed. It turned out it was just a ribbon cable connector in there that joins the glass onto the board. And after I unplugged it and replugged it, it's good. Now it works. So we can stop preparing to throw it away, and we can put it back together, and we've got good video monitor. Weirdly, it looks better than it did before, because before it had some colored lines that were fixed that started about there and then faded out towards the edges, but those seem to have disappeared now. So I have no idea what caused that, and now it seems to be 100% working. Very bizarre, but there you go, monitor works now. Can I remember how to put all this stuff back together and still have it working? I have that resting on there because it's dodgy with the high voltage stuff. Yeah, so we'll have a go at putting it back together, and hopefully it stays working, and then we got a useful monitor. There's not much room on the bench with all this going on. So unplug it. We've proven it is working now. The menu comes up, it's all good. So we'll turn it off, and I'm going to try reassembling it from memory. That's pretty much the basis of this video, so that might be a bit boring, but we'll see. So the panel goes onto this thing. I know that the tally light reflector is there, and the tally light itself is there. So just make this up as I go along from what I remember from taking it apart. And because that reflects in that direction, we know that that's where the screen needs to screw on. And then I know that's the insulator that went under the backlight driver board, this thing. So then we know that the screen must have the high voltage coming out on that side. Let's get that back. Guess it went in that way. Don't know, what screws would that have used? Just these regular ones, I suppose. These short ones. They all look the same. Okay, well I know that the panel mounts on with these screws with a part that's not threaded, so it can't squish the panel. Guess that's the right way. Yes, you can only screw it in a certain way, a certain distance, because the thread stops. Now there's a fan. Which way around did that go? Maybe that way? I don't know, there's two longest. Oh yeah, we can tell because you can see where the screw heads were pushing on it. Seems like these are temperature controlled, which is good. We don't want noisy fans. And then that joined in with that wire. I don't know what way around that thing went. Looks like that way, because that screw hole is set in further. Maybe that was these smaller screws. Looks like it. Just wondering, does that tuck in there? Can't remember what the routing of this high voltage cable is. That seems like a possible way it was. The other small screw. Backlight inverter is on. There's a bunch of these that I pulled off. Yeah, who knows. Get this power supply out of the way. We still have to reassemble that. That's just sitting there not screwed together from when we took it apart to look inside it. Now, I need to clean that. I've got the glass from the front. Well, it's not glass, it's perspex. I need to give that a wipe with something that hopefully doesn't make it more dirty. A highly statically charged piece of cloth, that sounds great. Suppose it went in the way that has the scratches on the outside. Yeah, we'll just pretend that it's clean. Probably made it worse now. Goes in there. Now, unfortunately, all that conductive tape stuff that was holding the whole thing together, you can't put that back. Once it's peeled off, it's peeled off. It doesn't have any stick after that. Okay, panel is being screwed back in place. Presumably that's good. Yeah, it looks good. Then there's these grounding pieces where that spring thing comes up there along with a grounding wire. And then another grounding wire over here. And a big on cutting down interference, I suppose is good. So it can be used in industrial situations. Now I think the next part is this. Which goes on there, and then this board sits in there. But we need to wire that fan up. Yeah, I'm gonna pretend that the cable ties didn't exist. That's just going to be too bad. Join up the fan wire. It's got a nice little connector. And then we've got to get the cable that goes to the backlight driver. That goes somewhere, I guess it's that. I suppose. And then the speaker, which is part of that other bracket. Okay, let's get this on. Be in a place. Now this is weird because it's got these posts, threaded stud things, and those locate onto this part, and then the board screws down with those same things, and there's grounding on there. But there's also other... Is that true? Yes. Yeah, but it's also got others. The problem is that's going to fall over. Okay, let's try and get some of these in so that it can line itself up. Now we need to find more screws because... Yeah, there we go. I think that's all good. So that's the display data connector. And just tuck in there nicely. And then we got to do these up properly. Already good. Now what else do we have to do? We have to plug in that, which is the fans, I think. Yes. And that. And that. Oh, that's the fans, is it? Oh. Yeah, I don't know. What is that? Oh, that was the tally light thing. That's what that is. Okay, yeah, the speaker plugs in up there, which must mean that one there goes there. Yeah, I think they're different. Okay, so that goes in there. Tally light. Let's try and make those go. And then the fans, wasn't it? This thing. I think that's all the connectors done up. Now there's this really weird assembly that somehow mounts this fan there, maybe? Some kind of confusing way. And then there's all sorts of other brackets and things that I don't remember how they go in. Perhaps we should put the power supply back together, and that will use up a bunch of the screws so that we know what we need to do. Do we need to look inside there again? I think I can't because I pushed it back together. There you go. Just a generic switch mode type thing, which you can see in the other video. So this has countersunk screws, of which I cannot see any. One over here. Also that thing. I think it's just 3 screws. And then presumably these long ones? I don't know about that. I don't know, should we just put the shorter ones in just in case? Or do these actually go in a long way and do something? I have no idea. We'll just put the shorter ones in. Yeah, that used up some of the screws. Now that's the bottom. Ah, there's some... See, there's some countersunk screws there, but Don't have any more countersunk screws available. But that thing does definitely go on the bottom. Guess we should test it again before we fully close it up. Let's see. It goes in the bottom like that. That goes onto it. This thing, that fan thing, yes, it screws into there. Guess that would use these. And on the outside it would use the black coloured one, maybe? Unless we run out of those. Is that all we have to do? We just put that back in and then it's done? Where does that go? On the top, I guess. Presumably that is the top. Yeah, that looks about right. Looks right because that lines up with some screw holes. Good. And you have a bunch of screw holes. Yeah. Good, that's gone together good. Just wondering this video data cable, if I should twist that a bit so that it doesn't get caught. Is that going to help? Sort of. A little bit. Keeps it in. Okay. So all we have to do is put the cover back on now and we're done. The back panel, then that side cover thing. Oh, that has to be attached though. Yeah, this is the older or lower performance version. Doesn't have the HD SDI input, it's just standard definition. Okay, let's put some screws in this back part. Okay. It's got S-video in, which is exciting. I didn't think those other ones we looked at had S-video in, did they? It's also got component, although presumably that will only be standard definition component, not HD. Alright, let's give this a smoke test and see whether we've wrecked it or whether it's in good order. Let's see. Fan's cranked up. Oh, look at that! It's there. Great, that's really nice. I'm glad that is still functioning. We haven't wrecked it in the process trying to put it back together. Good. Okay, well then we'll just finish the job. And it'll be good. Yeah, I guess it didn't need these. Well, I don't know, should we put some on some cables randomly? or can't remember what ones they went on. And the whole point of this video was to see if I could get it back together from memory, just for fun. Let's just put it on some of these cables in, just as a token gesture. Put a core on them. Do you think the video cable needs it? Did that have one? I don't know. Anyway, we'll put one on. That will sort of see us through, I think. Now we've got to get this thing back in. And it's pretty straightforward. And then that has these bigger M4 size screws. Sims. And then there is this foot stand thing that was kind of ugly. Perhaps we'll just leave it without that for now. Guessing these longer screws did go in the power supply, because we didn't discover anywhere for them to go. Or does that mean I've left something off inside this? Dunno. Oh, did that go in from the top? Oh yeah, look at that. That's possibly what those really long ones went for. Went in, maybe? Dunno. So then we got... How many screws does that stand need? Six, is it? Yeah, that screws on with 6, and we've got 6 screws left. So I think we're done. We did it without anything left over. I just wasn't sure where those long ones came from, but that's it. There's the monitor and the power supply. Get a video signal. This is from a pattern generator thing. Still good. So there's a repaired monitor, although I didn't really repair. I just plugged a cable in and out a few times and then it stopped not working. It's got one dead pixel there in the green. Oh well. Great, there you go. That's Sony LMD, whatever that was, 2040 or something. I'm going to take that off to see it. Anyway, Sony color video monitor, reassembled, and now it works. So I won't be throwing it away after all.